So, the bump test on this meter was successful. I'm just waiting for the CO to clear. Now, at this point, what I can do is I can connect up my hose. I can connect up my probe. And again, I'm going to run a flow fault on this pump. In the event that I come up on a space where I have to monitor remotely, I want to make sure my intake is at the tip of the probe. There's all the dashes again from a flow fault choke off. And notice the two little arrows now have a line through the middle of them stating that the pump is choked off. The moment I remove my thumb, back to normal operation. And the CO will take a little bit of time to get back down to zero. But I can actually now, after I've done a bump test on the meter, my battery is good. I've checked the pump on the meter. We're back at zeros and 20.9. I can now use this instrument to go out and monitor in the field. However, one thing I would like to do before that is I'm going to calibrate this meter. And here's how you calibrate an Exam 3000. A little bit different than any other Draeger meter that I've ever seen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my down arrow and I'm going to hold it down all the way and keep holding it down. And then a password is prompted. Now the password on the Exam 3000 is 500 or 500. So I got to hit the up arrow to keep adding a number. And there's my 5. I hit OK to go to the second digit, OK to get to the third digit. So that kind of operation is somewhat similar to the single gas PAC 7000 in the way it operates. Then I hit it again. And then the arrow is now hitting one button cal on my exterior sticker. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK twice, maybe 3 times. There we go. You saw it took me 3 times to get it to move. Now, here are the numbers that the instrument is expecting. Notice that the oxygen is removed because when you do a fresh air cal, that's your calibration for oxygen. You do not have to blanket this with nitrogen to drive it to 0. So I'm going to hook up my gas. You don't touch anything. All you do is you hook the gas up while the numbers are sitting there staring at you. Just hook up the gas, and when the instrument starts to detect the gas, it will start making its movements. And here we go. So there we go, we're getting our movements again. Wheatstone bridge sensor is really healthy in this meter. Waiting it to go up. H2S almost hitting the 20 marker. These sensors did well on the bump test, but I want to go ahead and just zero in the calibration. 91, 22, 52. So the numbers look like they've stabilized pretty good. We've been rolling for about a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and push the OK button. And there's my OK. Oxygen now comes back into the loop, although I'm really not part of it. And the calibration is over. And now we're reading our measurement menu, our instantaneous screen, and then we disconnect from the demand flow regulator. And again, this instrument has a tactile alarm, ever so slight, but it does have a tactile alarm to it. And then we'll wait for this to clear. I can actually at this point take the pump plate off, which will shut the pump off, and the instrument can now clear itself. As soon as the A2 alarms are done, then I can turn off that alarm, just like on all Draeger meters. So this will eventually go to 0, 0, 0 and 20.9, and you're all set. And that concludes the exam 3000.